Welcome back to Anderson Acres, Dogtail. Today we're talking about a goat breed that announces herself before you even see her. If you've ever heard the legendary Nubian yell, you know exactly what I'm talking about. With their silky, gentle ears, their regal Roman noses, and their habit of carrying on entire conversations by themselves, Nubians are one of the most recognizable goats in the world. But are they the right fit for your homestead? Let's take a closer look. First, you meet a Nubian, you notice their look. They're tall, elegant goats, often described as fashion models of the goat world. Their coats come in just about every color imaginable, the rich browns and the glossy blacks, the creamy fawns, and plenty of spotted and patchy patterns that make them look like walking pieces of art. So there's a pattern out there for everyone. But it's those ears that make people fall in love. Long, pendulous ears that hang well past the muzzle, soft as velvet and catching in the breeze. Add in the Roman nose, and you've got a goat that you can pick out instantly in a mixed herd. They're lovely. Now, looks aren't everything, so let's talk about where they come from. The modern Nubian was developed in England in the 1800s by crossing British milk goats with the long-eared goats from Africa, India, and the Middle East. Those imported goats brought two things British herds didn't have at the time: the dramatic ears and a real tolerance for the heat. By the early 1900s, Nubians came to North America, and ever since then, they have been a favorite among homesteaders who want personality and rich milk. And rich really is the right word when we talk about Nubian milk. Compared to other dairy breeds, Nubians don't always win in sheer volume. Sawin might drown you in milk, but a Nubian gives you milk with butterfat levels around 4 to 5% actually, sometimes even a little bit higher than that. It's fantastic stuff. Okay, that's what makes Nubian milk stand out. It's creamy and it's sweet, and it's ideal for cheese making. I love making cheese with the stuff. It's good for yogurt and soap. Anything you can make out of goat's milk, you can make extra good with Nubian milk. Okay, if you've ever had homemade ice cream made from Nubian milk, it's absolutely fantastic. So you'll understand why people say once you taste it, you'll never go back. It's rich and it's creamy and it's excellent stuff. Milk aside, though, let's be honest. People talk about Nubians because of their personalities. Let's get that out there. Their personalities are absolutely fantastic. Okay? This is a breed that loves people and isn't afraid to let you know it. They're affectionate, curious, and yes, famously loud. If you have close neighbors, they might not appreciate when you get Nubians. So around here, we joke that a Nubian can narrate your whole day if you let her. People over there have Nubians, and we don't live that close. We live pretty far from them. But we can hear. We can hear them. Okay. These guys will yell when they're hungry. They'll yell when they see you. They'll yell when they don't see you. And sometimes they'll yell just because that's what Nubians do. Some folks find it endearing. I love it. I love the noises goats make in general. Other people don't love it. If you want peace and quiet, they may not be your breed. But if you love animals with big, outgoing personalities, Nubians can certainly keep you laughing. Now, that voice isn't their only unique trait. Because their heritage, Nubians are especially good at handling hot climates. Those big ears aren't just pretty, they're a built-in cooling system that helps them release heat. This makes Nubians particularly valuable in warmer regions where some dairy breeds might actually struggle. And of course, they can also live in colder climates. But if you notice those ears tucked close on windy days, they'll definitely appreciate snug shelter. Okay, so those ears, it gets windy, they tuck them in. They're a little chilly. Make sure they have access to warm shelter when the snow comes. But if you live in a really hot climate, this might be a breed to look into because they can handle a lot of heat. They still need shade. They still need water. They can't stand out in the middle of the yard without shelter from the sun all day. Nobody can. But they will handle the heat better than most breeds. So let's do a quick rundown of the pros and cons specific to Nubians. On the pro side, they are beautiful and they've got that personality that just bubbles forth, and some of the richest milk in the dairy world, really. They're affectionate and bond strongly with their people, and that makes them a joy for families. And they thrive in hot weather, while other goats can sometimes struggle. On the con side, the voice. They are loud, okay? They are not quiet animals by any stretch of the imagination. If you've got close neighbors who like their peace, or if you like peace and a silent barnyard, you might want to think twice about a Nubian, okay? They don't usually outproduce Sawins or Alpines in volume, so if gallons per day is your goal, you also might want to go with a different breed, okay? Another breed might serve you better. But if you like the personality, you like a little bit of music in your barnyard, we'll call it music, and you like the richness of the higher butterfat milk, a Nubian might be the way to go. But who are they really for? Well, they're perfect if you want milk that's ideal for home dairy projects, like creamy cheese or decadent ice cream. Okay, they're great if that's your goal. They're great if you want goats that act more like companions and they want to interact with you every day, and they'll follow you around incessantly because they want to be with you. So if you love that, this might be a breed for you. And they're a strong choice if you live in a hot climate and don't want to worry about your goats overheating. But if you want silence or you need industrial levels of milk production, you're probably going to want to look elsewhere because these are not the perfect fit for you. And if you have close neighbors that really don't like goats, there are other milking breeds that are plenty quiet or quieter. No goat is perfectly silent. Put that out of your head. But there are quieter breeds than Nubians, if that's what you're looking for. So do your research, make sure you know what you're getting into with each different breed so that you don't end up having to rehome and get a different breed, okay? Know that Nubians are really loud. They're not the top producer of milk in the world, but they do have that creamy, creamy milk that is fantastic. You can milk any goat. Not every goat produces that content when it comes to butterfat. So definitely consider them if that's what you're into. But they will test your patience. That personality can bubble at the wrong times. And if you're not the most patient person, maybe look elsewhere. But at the end of the day, Nubians are the extroverts of the goat world. They're beautiful, they're vocal, and they bring as much personality to the barnyard as they do cream to the milking pail. If you bring Nubians home, be prepared for a goat that isn't just livestock, but really feels like a part of the family, or will make themselves a part of your family, whether you agree or not, because they've decided they're a part of your family and you will give them head scratches. That's the law. I don't make the rules. But that is about it for us here today at Anderson Acres. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you really love Nubians and their little voices, or do you think you might go a little bit crazy with them in your backyard? Let me know. We'll see you tomorrow.